For all of my straight and bi men listening and my gay and bi women listening, everybody who has sex with women and wants to do better, I've got a product for you. Have you heard of Kenneth Play? He is an Adonis of a man, and he has put together a video course teaching others how to please women the way only he knows how. I have personally had the pleasure of spending an intimate evening with Kenneth. I don't think I've ever had a first-time sexual encounter with somebody that was just 100% pleasurable. There was never a moment of pain. There was never a moment of meh. He knew my body better than I knew my body. He found pleasure spots in me that I did not know I had, and he made me come many times. I have gifted his web course, Beyond Satisfied Pro, to lovers of mine, and in every case, they have become better lovers as a result. And now I would like to gift this to you with a 15% discount. Go to kennethplay.com/closeted. That link gets you 15% off Kenneth's Beyond Satisfied Pro course. This is just for my listeners. Trust me. No one regrets being great in bed, and this course will get you there. kennethplay.com/closeted. I feel free. I feel free, fully free, maybe for the first time in my life. Now, for the first time ever, I'm partnered with somebody who fully sees me, who sexes me just right, who doesn't limit my sexual freedom and autonomy, and I'm never going back. I'm Sammy Amounts. This is Happy Slut. Welcome back, pinecones. I've got a different kind of episode for you today. I don't have a guest lined up. It's just me. And if you are a person who waits for these episodes to drop every Wednesday, you might have noticed that this one dropped a little late. It's because I'm just coming up for air from an experience that was divine and ecstatic and wholly immersive, and I'm going to tell you about it today. I have told you a little about my origin story, but I haven't said that much on this podcast about my current relationship setup. I said a little, but I haven't gone into detail because there are a lot of things that are very tender and vulnerable right now that I need to protect. But I'm going to give you a little peek into what's going on with me in this episode today. Because I want to, and it's exciting, and I think that you all might get something out of it. So, here's the situation. I am married, and my husband and I are no longer a romantic partnership. We are planning our divorce. I have a long-term committed anchor partner who I've known for over 20 years, but we didn't make our relationship official until a couple of years ago. And then there were 2 years where we couldn't actually be physically in the same place for reasons that I will go into another time. But now he's here with me and has been for the last couple of months. And we are finally getting to be together for the first time, even though we've been in love since like 2009. So if you want more of this history and info, there is an episode of the Man Whore podcast with Billy Procida that I will link in the show notes where you can go and hear me talk about a lot of this as of a few months ago. If you go and listen to that episode and then come back here, it will give you some context. But essentially, me and my partner, Daniel, are exploring what it's like to be in an in-person, day-to-day relationship for the first time ever. And last month, if you are a subscriber to my Substack, you would know that we traveled to San Francisco in order to perform in body storytelling with Dixie de la Tour, who was the very first Happy Slut on this podcast. And the following night, we attended Dixie's birthday orgy. I wrote about this a couple of weeks ago on my Substack. It's a paid subscriber post. It's very juicy. If you read it, you already know this. I'm not going to give you all the details because I want you guys to go over to the Substack and subscribe. But essentially at the party, we didn't play, but we did meet this woman who I referred to in the post as the woman I would lay down for. So what happened was, in advance of the party, there was this Signal chat with all of the party attendees, and everybody was posting a photo and an intro. And when this woman, I'll call her Elle, posted her photo and intro, I immediately turned to Daniel and said, I would lay down for her. She's so beautiful. She's tall and voluptuous and has these piercing green eyes and this really cool shock of hair. Just a stunning, powerful, strong, gorgeous woman who is so my type. And I was attracted to her from just the picture, which is really rare for me. And then she was at Body Storytelling and she saw us perform, but we didn't talk to her until the next night at the sex party, at the birthday orgy, when she came up to me. If you're watching this on video, you can see that I am literally melting right now. She came up to me and told me that she loved my story and she was really flirty. And we talked a little, and then later in the night, she came back and she made out with both of us. And we were so happy, but we didn't get a chance to play with her because it was a really busy night. She was doing a volunteer shift. She was also doing a demonstration of some of her work. And so there wasn't time to play. But it was so hot that the woman I was so attracted to from the Signal chat was also attracted to me and Daniel. This is like the dream. So after this weekend in San Francisco, we head back home. Everything is great. We're on a high. And then Elle messages me. And we start talking about how we would love to see each other again and pick up where we left off. And such a shame that we didn't get to go further at the play party. But hey, life is long. And we found out that we were both going to be in New Orleans around the same time, but not overlapping. And it was this whole thing of like, oh, maybe I could change my plans. Maybe I could change my plans, but nobody could change their plans. And then I heard from her that she was thinking about changing her plans so that she could come through San Antonio, where I live, on her way to New Orleans. Okay, I'm emotional. This woman who I am so attracted to, who was the reason we came out of that birthday orgy glowing and sparkling, booked flights, flew here, spent, I think, 30 glorious hours with us. Maybe it was 28 hours. And we barely left the house. We had the most extraordinary experience. I'm going to write about this on my Substack this week. It's going to drop on Friday, and I'm going to go into great juicy detail there. It will be a paid subscriber post. So I'm not going to go into graphic detail here on this podcast. But there are a few things that I want to talk about that I hope will help anyone listening who's curious about this kind of sexually free lifestyle that I'm living, that can make you feel like it's possible for you and can help you understand what the benefits are. On this show, I'm always asking people, like, what does this do for you? And the reason I ask that question is because I know what sexual freedom and autonomy and liberation has done for me. And it's extraordinary, and it changes your life fundamentally and affects everything that you do. So here are the takeaways. First of all, Daniel has always been somebody who worshiped my body and worshiped me. Our sex has always been intensely passionate and pleasurable. He was the first person I ever had really extraordinary sex with. He was the first man that gave me a sexual experience that felt fulfilling for me. And I had been sexually active for 7 years before we ever had sex. He changed my life. I wouldn't be who I am today without him. I have always struggled with body image issues because I grew up a chubby kid and I was a chubby teenager and a chubby young adult. And I lost a bunch of weight in my late 20s, and that changed everything and made me realize exactly how superficial this fucking world is. And my body image issues, man, my weight has fluctuated so many times. I'm on the heavier end of my spectrum right now, which has been difficult to deal with. And I've been there for a little while, and I'm trying so hard to undo diet culture in my mind. So the first takeaway is having Daniel back in my day-to-day life is curing my body image issues. Okay, full stop. It's curing me because he is so enamored of my body and so passionate about giving me pleasure and fucking me senseless and eating me for really long periods of time. And he's just so deeply turned on by my body the way it is right now. It's really hard for my mind to hold on to any ideas about me being undesirable because I'm clearly not. He's not the only partner I have that worships me. All my partners at this point worship me. I don't hook up with people who don't worship me, and neither should you. But there's a depth to our love and history and just how long we've known each other that makes it really impactful for me. So that's number one. Having incredible regular sex with a partner who really loves you and is turned on by you and passionate about you is healing, first of all. Second takeaway. Because my body image issues are being healed by this delightful love and attraction that I have with Daniel, it's also changing my sexuality and healing my sexuality. I've written and talked before about being weird with women and how it's so much easier with men to approach romantic and sexual relationships. What I haven't said explicitly is that part of the reason my bisexuality can feel hard to access sometimes is that when my body image issues are flaring, I'm applying these insane physical standards to myself and other women. And the kinds of women I'm attracted to, like in reality, don't always fit perfectly into conventional beauty standards. In fact, more often than not, they don't. But if I'm struggling with body image, I can feel cut off from my real attractions because of the toxicity that is taking over my brain. Now, Elle is conventionally attractive. Let's make no mistake about that. But she's not like super skinny. And, you know, it's not like this like perfect airbrushed situation. And that's where my head goes when I'm struggling with body image issues. Now that I can feel those really sort of healing within myself, it's opened things up for me, and I was able to just throw myself into this experience. And I am happy to report that I am like so bisexual and so biromantic. There was a long time where I thought I was just bisexual and hetero-romantic, but it's not true. I am biromantic. I love women. Women like Elle especially. Damn. So that's the second takeaway. If you have body image issues and you're holding yourself to certain standards, it can leak out to the way you see other people, and it can fuck with your attraction to other people. I've also seen this in others. I've known men who thought they weren't attracted to, for example, fat women, but they would sleep with fat women and sort of like keep it a secret and treat them like shit. And when those same men deprogrammed themselves from patriarchal beauty standards, it allowed them to attune to their actual real attractions. What we're actually attracted to and what patriarchy and society and culture and fucking Ozempic tell us we're supposed to be attracted to are not the same. And if you get so enmeshed in these bullshit superficial standards, you can actually cut yourself off from the reality of what you're attracted to. You can fragment yourself and dissociate from how your attraction actually works. And it can make you a superficial, shitty lover. So all of us need to work on this because we're all infected by it. It is a universal societal problem, a huge one. I'm so excited to be overcoming this finally. So that's the second takeaway. My bisexuality is supercharged when I stop judging my own body harshly. Third takeaway. There is something magical about embracing your own sexuality and your partner's sexuality and getting to see them experiencing desire and pleasure with somebody else while you are there. There is a magic to that is extraordinary and that I love so much. And I know that this is going to be hard for a lot of people to relate to because we associate sex with others and attraction to others with abandonment and with loss and lack. Like, oh, I'm not enough and they need to go to this other person. So I understand that this might be hard to relate to. Some of you will relate to it. Some of you poly people out there are like, yes, I get it. Woo, compersion. But I'm not even really talking about compersion. Maybe I am. Maybe it is compersion. But I am just one person and I offer a lot. I am cute, goofy, verbal, brunette with cute little boobs and muscular, curvy frame that I work really hard in the gym for. And I offer some things. I offer what I offer. I will never be able to offer what other people offer because I am not them. I am me. And my partner Daniel is magical and hot and just hits all the spots. That being said, he will never be able to offer what somebody else can offer because he is not them. They are different. So when I'm in a situation with somebody that I love, like Daniel, and somebody new that I'm really attracted to and who offers something very different from what I offer, I get excited that Daniel and I both get to experience this different thing. And there are things that I might not be that good at that she's really good at. And so she can do those things and I can just enjoy. I don't deep throat. It's something I'm interested in working on, but I don't do it. She's been working on it. I got to enjoy that. Daniel got to enjoy that. And I love that. It's the same idea as when you bring talented people together to create art. Everybody offers something different they bring to the table, and you combine your talents and your work, and you can create something that none of you could have created on your own. That kind of chemistry and collaboration can exist in these beautiful, intimate, romantic, and sexual experiences, and it doesn't have to be limited to just two people. Two people is wonderful. I love a one-on-one. But experiencing that with 3 people or 4 people or however many people you can get together that are all into each other, it's something different and it's something really special. And as long as you can get out of the mindset of this means I'm not enough somehow, as long as you can disconnect from that ego thing that tells you you should somehow magically be everything that your partner needs, even though that is completely impossible and not a thing that ever happens in reality. If you can detach from all of this messaging and programming that fucks up the way we approach sex and love, you can have these fucking spiritual experiences. These spiritual fucking experiences that are so divine and ecstatic and life affirming. All right, fourth takeaway. Having a liberated sex life with lots of orgasms and pleasure, attuned pleasure with partners who see you as a full person. Oh, that's something I didn't say. When Elle got here, it's not like we jumped into bed with each other. We spent hours hanging out and talking. She told us all about a really hard week she'd just had, and she had warned us in advance that her energy might be off because she'd just gone through a very heavy thing that was unexpected. It crashed on her just in the last week. And she let us know she might not be up for sex. And would we still want her to come? And we were like, oh, of course. We'll just hang out. That's fine. We'll give you strawberries. We'll give you back rubs, like whatever you need. We can be your soft place to land and get you ready for your time in New Orleans. And she said, okay, great. And she came. So we just talked for hours. We got to know each other. When sex happened, it happened organically because we all wanted it to and we all felt safe. So back to the fourth takeaway. When you're having this kind of liberated sex life, when you're experiencing this kind of pleasure and wanting an attunement and connection, intimacy, real intimacy, it supercharges you in every other part of your life. I'm saying this from experience. I've always worked really hard and I've tried to be as prolific as I could with my output, but I've struggled, like a lot of people, to be consistent, to follow through with things. And it is not a coincidence that I finally got my weekly Substack essay publication schedule going and this podcast at the exact same time that Daniel came into my day-to-day life and I started having divine ecstatic sex on the regular. It makes me braver in my work. It makes me feel safe enough in my personal life, in my home, to be brave and bold in my public output. It gives me more energy, more ideas. My creativity is flowing like it never has before. And I'm not saying you need an anchor partner in order to be creative. I've certainly been creative without one. But I am saying that for me, at any rate, and I won't speak for you, but please speak for yourselves. Send me comments, send me emails. For me, having this kind of connected sex on the regular changes everything. I'm happy. My OCD and anxiety are muted. My body image issues are shrinking. My attraction to others is growing. That's one thing that happens to me is when I'm getting really great sex, I'm suddenly horny for the world. It's so fun and feels so great. I'm more in touch with my own desires and not just my yeses, but also my nos. I've had experiences recently where people have made it clear that they were interested in something with me and I knew I wasn't, and I didn't people please. I told the truth that I wasn't interested. And that feels good too. And that feels so empowering because I used to be the kind of girl that was like, yes, please pick me. If you are interested in me, then I'll be interested in you because I just want to be chosen. There's this whole thing with being chosen that is so deeply programmed into people. And I think it's bullshit because we need to choose ourselves. Somebody else choosing us is not going to give me a break. No. Daniel and I are together because we got fucking lucky to meet when we were both really young and we've impacted each other's lives greatly. And it's beautiful and I do choose him. But him choosing me is not what's giving me all of this empowerment and joy right now. It's him loving me and seeing me as fully human. I'm not being chosen like a product on a shelf. I am loved like the full human being that I am. I am seen. And that's what makes the difference. Anyway, yeah. Fourth takeaway is this is changing my life. I'm braver and happier than I've ever been. I am living my dream. I can't believe that the first woman I've been really, really, really attracted to in a long time flew across the country to spend intimate time with me and my partner. I can't believe it. And this is just the first time this has happened. There's going to be more. We're talking to 2 other people about coming to visit us in a similar capacity that we have existing relationships with. It's hard to put into words the joy that I feel, but this is the life I've always dreamed of living, and the thing that stood in my way was constantly getting into relationships with partners who really just weren't up to that task. My last serious relationship refused to have threesomes with me, but he would have them with other people. I don't know what to say about that. But there's a lot of people out there who've got all sorts of emotional hangups, and I understand that and have empathy for it. And I want all of you to be free. I want to help free all of you. I feel free. I feel free, fully free. Maybe for the first time in my life. I've had glimpses of this freedom in the past, but usually only when I was single. I've only ever had one relationship that I felt free in, and there were other issues in that relationship that made it a little bit difficult. But now, for the first time ever, I'm partnered with somebody who fully sees me, who sexes me just right, who doesn't limit my sexual freedom and autonomy, and I'm never going back because I feel superpowered. That's all. I feel superpowered, and I want you to feel superpowered too. Amazing, connected, intimate, regular sex will change your life for the better on every level. Go get it. Keep listening to this podcast for tips on how to get there. I'm going to keep bringing you amazing guests who tell their personal stories with such candor and vulnerability. We've got some really fun things on the lineup for this summer, so stay tuned. We're going to be talking to a gentleman whose sex life has consisted primarily of sex workers. I am going to be having Elle on the podcast. That's going to happen soon. Daniel's going to make an appearance on the podcast. There's a couple I'll be having on who are in their 50s and 60s and are exploring non-monogamy for the very first time ever and loving it. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking to Billy Procida from the Man Whore podcast again soon. And make sure, if you're interested in my current relationship situation, to check out that episode of his show that I was on. It's linked in the show notes. And so much more coming. I'm also working on some really exciting bigger name guests. And I don't want to make any announcements before things are confirmed, but stay tuned. We're going to have some icons on this show. Happy Slut is moving forward full steam ahead. We're going to be slutting out this summer. I am so excited about Hot Slut Summer. So stay tuned and stay in touch. You can follow me on Instagram at samia.mounts. Follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Happy Slutcast. You can email me your thoughts, comments, requests, criticisms, kindnesses at happyslutcast@gmail.com. And if you want all the juiciest details about my delicious 28-hour threesome experience with Daniel and Elle this week, go to samiamounts.substack.com and become a paying subscriber. Your subscription fee will support this show and all of my work, and it will give you access to my most vulnerable personal writing. And this week's essay, it's going to be fire, kids. Oh, pine cones. You don't even know. Oh, I got fucked every way to Sunday this week, and I am so happy. I need to stretch it out. So I'm going to let you go now. This has been fun. Thanks for listening. I hope this was titillating for you, because it has been for me. I'll be back next week with another interview with a fabulous guest. I haven't decided who yet, but it's going to be cool. I'll see you then. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Go out and get some pleasure this weekend. I'm rooting for you. Bye, sluts.
So alive, so long
Pinecones, you might have heard my interview with Dr. Elliot Justin, founder of FirmTech, and if you did, you know all about how exciting the tech ring is. It's a health wearable that improves men's sexual performance and gives them priceless health data that can act as an early indicator of heart issues. Yeah. During sex, it keeps you hard and makes your orgasms crazy. And during sleep, it tracks your nocturnal erections, which can literally tell you if you have issues with your heart or hormone levels before they get really bad. This product saves lives and marriages. And I'm really excited to give you a 15% discount on any of FirmTech's products with code CLOSETED at checkout. In addition to the tech ring, they also have the performance ring, a non-tech cock ring that features a really cool hook and eye design to avoid having to shimmy the ring down the length of your cock, which, if you've tried that, it's not the sexiest. They also have the Ring Mate, a vibrating attachment that works with the tech ring and performance ring and can also be used on one's fingertips. Ooh la la. Get yours today by going to myfirmtech.com and using code CLOSETED at checkout. myfirmtech.com, code CLOSETED at checkout. You're welcome.